Well, that's a gorgeous pond, one of many that are going to be on the Austin Pond Society's annual tour. It's turned into a huge summertime event, and I understand there are 26 ponds that are going to be on tour this time, so you're going to have a busy weekend when it comes around. Joining me to talk about the Pond Society tour are Terry and Michael Lumsden, who are board members of the Austin Pond Society. Welcome to Central Texas Gardener.
Thank you for having us.
It's always a pleasure to talk about the Pond Society tour because a lot of folks really look forward to this. Now, Terry, let's do the who, what, where, when part of this. Now, what weekends are going to be happening?
Okay, this year we're going to have the pond tour on June 12th and 13th.
Okay.
It's a month earlier because the last 2 summers have been a little warm.
A little warm, yeah.
So we will be hosting our southern ponds on Saturday the 12th.
Okay, south side of the city on
It's going to be
Saturday.
on Saturday, and then Sunday we will be premiering our northern ponds. We have 14 northern and 12 southern.
Okay, well that's great. So
Yeah.
you will have the war between the states going on in the Pond Society, the North and the South. Who will win the best ponds?
Oh, I think we have a wonderful variety at both locations.
That's great.
It's a unique opportunity for people who are perhaps thinking about introducing a water feature or a pond to get a wealth of design ideas.
Right. Well, and that's the great thing about the tours is you go out there, you get great ideas, but to me the real joy is meeting the owners and the people who've created them. In most cases, these are probably created by the homeowners, right?
Many are, and then we have several that have been professionally done. But they're just very, very beautiful, lush landscaping, wonderful people.
Good. And real briefly, where can people get tickets?
Well, you can buy advance tickets at 5 different nurseries here in town. They're $12.50, and that includes both days.
Wow, that's a bargain.
You can buy them online at austinpondsociety.org.
Okay.
Or you can buy them at any one of our ponds on the actual weekend, but they're $15 the weekend date.
Okay, very good. Oh, a whole $15.
Yes,
it goes
up. It's a great, great buy. We hope everyone comes.
Well, and the earlier date I think is going to really work for you. Let's talk about some of the different ponds. We saw one, obviously a spectacular one.
Right.
Now, we're going to kind of walk through 5 other ponds that are going to be on the tour. The first one is up in Georgetown in the Sun City area, and this is on Stardust Lane, and this is actually... It's kind of cool because there's a couple of ponds set on what looks like a lake.
Right. You've got a beautiful pond just off the patio, very naturally landscaped, quite lovely, and then part of the vista is seeing the lake, and it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Another feature with this pond that I think a lot of people will be interested in is there's an underground 3,000-gallon tank for rainwater storage.
Oh, interesting.
So that's not only great for the plants, but you can make up water for the pond and don't have to worry about the chlorine.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, and that's one thing that a lot of folks who are pond novices need to learn is you need to dechlorinate that water if you're going to add it from your tap, and so having rainwater collected is perfect.
Yes, it is. Yeah, if you introduce chlorine to very many gallons, you're going to kill the fish.
Right. Well, so, at this location, they can, I'm sure, be able to visit with the homeowner about the technology.
Right.
But it's actually 2 ponds with a bridge, a kind of a series of islands between the 2.
That's correct.
Yeah. Sounds like it should be a great addition. And the next one we're going to do is also, I believe, in the northern end of the tour. This is the Brushy Creek Community Center. And this actually is a series of ponds and set in what looks like a really cool garden.
It is. It's a fairly large property. There are 3 separate ponds that are circled by limestone, very natural looking. The real beauty, though, I think, of this property is the garden. The garden is absolutely magnificent. A lot of blooming plants. It's just beautiful, and there are trails that allow you to walk throughout it. It's a lovely property.
Another interesting feature about this pond is there's 1 designer and only 1 full-time gardener.
Wow.
And it is a beautiful, very, very large garden. So.
And we all know how much work that means.
Oh, absolutely. But they do a great job.
Well, that's great. And so the ponds are scattered kind of like little destinations in the middle of the garden, so
Beautiful
people will
koi.
enjoy wandering around. That's going to be great. So that one is at again in the Brushy Creek Community Center. We're going to stay up north for this next one, again in Sun City. This is one on Orion Road, and this is really a house surrounded by ponds, isn't it?
It is. I think that's the real beauty of this one. When you arrive at the front, you're greeted by a stream that extends the entire width of the property, even goes under the driveway, and has several little ponds in it. Actually, the stream originates from the neighbor's pond. So it's a really broad, beautiful
So two neighbors have collaborated in this.
Yeah, I don't know who pays the electric bill. But anyway, it's quite beautiful. And then in the back, there are two additional water features, one of which is a fairly large pond with waterfall and fish. So you've got the backyard Serenity as well.
So quite literally, they've created a little island oasis for themselves here. And you get the whole picture here. You have running stream. You have large pond features. Looks like a terrific place to visit. Now, do they have fish as well?
Yes, in the back there are fish.
Okay.
And the landscaping is phenomenal on this on these water features. Very beautiful, very natural.
Yeah, and I noticed that when I saw the pictures of the stream, it did have a very naturalistic kind of quality, which is something I really value. The next one we're going to see is down south. And this is on a street called The Circle.
Right. And
this is a historic property. It should be fun to visit.
Yes, it's very pretty. It's the home was built in the early 1900s. The pond is not a large pond, about 1,000 gallons, but it's just really beautiful. It's just a little piece of art, I think. It's designed with about a 3-foot waterfall, and that's to drown out some of the urban noise being that close to Congress, SoCo area.
Good. That's something that people should think about. I mean, the sound of water really masks so much else.
Yes, it's. I mean, the difference between that and hearing the road noise, big difference for that urban setting.
Yeah.
And this was a professionally designed pond.
And the property is beautiful. Very, very well landscaped.
Native, lush native gardens all along the side of the house.
Terrific.
It's a really pretty property.
Yeah, I really like the look of this pond. It does look like a piece of art and beautifully designed, so I hope people will enjoy that one. The last one we're going to visit is from a landscape architect who's been on the program in the past, Bud Twilley. This is down on Pitterpat Lane, and describe this one for us. This looks really lush.
It's very pretty. It's actually beyond the Y down in southwest Austin, so we cover the full geography here.
Sure.
This is actually two ponds, one flowing into the other. One of the ponds has goldfish, frogs, and some pretty large turtles, just a variety of wildlife, and then the other pond has some real nice koi. And of course there's some interesting yard art or pond art as well.
Well, and that's a fun thing. I mean, each homeowner is going to personalize these spaces, and you're going to get a sense of that everywhere you go. Now, I take it photography is going to be allowed throughout the tour.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons I enjoy the tours, is the photography. The lilies will be in bloom beautifully. Not as much in the photos we're bringing today because they were taken earlier.
Sure.
But certainly in June, the lilies are very beautiful, and the fish are always fun to photograph.
Absolutely. Always great to do this, and homeowners, and probably in most cases, will be on site answering questions.
Oh, absolutely.
In all cases.
Good. So we'll do the kind of who, what, where, when one more time. So so make sure that folks have remembered this, and because there'll probably be some people driving around in July looking for this.
Well, everybody, June 12th and 13th.
Okay.
South Ponds on Saturday the 12th,
Okay.
North on the 13th, which is Sunday. Advance tickets are $12.50. You can get them on our website at austinpondsociety.org, or you can buy them at several nurseries here. And our website will tell which nurseries are involved.
And I'm sure that we'll have information about it as well on the Central Texas Gardener website. So congratulations on what looks like a terrific lineup once again. I think that people are going to enjoy their June tour around the garden. Hopefully a little cooler for you.
I think it'll be beautiful.
Okay,
we hope everyone comes.
Well, thank you all so much for being a part of the program, and good luck to you on the tour. Coming up next, it's our friend Daphne Richards.